I'm Josh Light with PoliticIt.com here in Ohio with Jim Reese. He's a Democrat running for Congress in District 12. How are you doing today, Jim?
Pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So, Jim, tell us big differences between you and your competitor in this race.
Well, I'm focused on Made in America. I'm focused on bringing back the economy, and I have specifics on how to do that. My competitor has been in office for 12 years and has done nothing to help his district.
And how has your experience prepared you for Congress?
Well, I've been working. That's pretty much it. You know, I put myself through college. I put myself through law school. I interned in Washington, D.C. in the U.S. Senate Subcommittee on Immigration, the U.S. Judiciary Committee. So I know how to get things through committee. But I've also had to make a life for myself. And pretty much being self-made, pretty much, you know, having the help of my family and the help of, you know, the few closest friends, instead of being entitled to the office.
So, Jim, what's wrong with our economy right now?
Well, the biggest thing that's wrong with our economy is we have tax breaks for shipping products in from China. Everything of consequence we import from China, we invented. If we were making our own inventions here, then we'd have a lot more Americans in good-paying jobs. It'd fix the deficit because we'd have less people on unemployment, more people working and paying taxes. And that's what we're trying to get back to, that good old formula that made America great, inventing and making the best stuff in the world.
And how do we make it easy for entrepreneurs to start businesses here in the United States?
Well, one of the things that I want to do is free up small business credit. You know, we have a lot of companies that are receiving benefits from the government that are very large, but tend not to lend because they hold treasury bonds and are getting paid on the money that we've lent them. And so what I want to do is free up that money for small businesses, free up that money for American inventors, so that American inventors and small businesses can reduce their risk a little bit, get credit freed up a little bit more so small businesses can do what they do, put people back to work. Even if it's one person at a time pushing a broom, we can get the unemployment rate down.
Has your opponent worked on creating jobs for small businesses when he was in office?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. You know, he's following the Boehner plan. He's following the Ryan budget. And so he's focused on cutting. He's focused on cutting the government as much as possible. And some people really believe in that. I believe that we're America. We didn't become #1 in the world by shuffling around other people's money. We became #1 in the world because we invent and make the best products in the world. We can't cut our way out. We can't spend our way out. We're Americans. We've got to work our way out.
Now, Jim, when we look at the data, we look at your IT score, your online influence. What are you doing to improve that?
I live online half the time, so I've got a pretty active Facebook page. A lot of records that people have forgotten about Mitt Romney are on my page, about how pro-choice he is, about how he's against the assault weapons ban, about how he's so compassionate that he implemented universal health care in his state, even though he plans on repealing Obamacare on day one. You know, my Facebook page is very active. My Twitter feed is linked to my Facebook page, as is my LinkedIn page, and I have a pretty active website. I do the updates on the website myself from my laptop mobile.
So what are people talking about on Facebook?
Well, people are really concerned about health care. People are really concerned about jobs, uniformly across the board, and that's why I have such broad appeal. Because everyone wants to bring back Made in America. And that is something that should unite our congressmen. We have a lot of deadlock in Congress about what to cut, and no one talking about bringing back American manufacturing, which is what made us great.
Jim, how's your campaign going right now?
Our campaign is hard. We're up against an incumbent that's been in office for 12 years, decided he wanted to run again, and the RNC handed him $2 million. You know, we've got to work our way up. We've got to convince people that it's worth the fight. You know, I'm from the west side of Detroit originally, so I grew up fighting. You know, I know all about fighting the good fight, and even when it's a losing battle, but we are fighting hard, and it's a difficult campaign. He's a very powerful incumbent, even though he hasn't done anything. And we're doing our best to make a dent here and take the House of Representatives back.
Jim, where can people go to learn more about you?
Reese for Congress on Facebook, ReeseForCongress.com, Reese for Congress on Twitter. If you Google Reese for Congress, I am all over the place. Find out more about me. Check my Facebook feed. It's very interesting stuff. I hope to hear from you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.